Hey kids, we're live from New York City with Dr. Williams.
Hello.
Yeah, so doctor, oh yeah, so you're watching Guitar Quackery Live, which is the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel. And Dr. Williams is going to be doing a bridge reglue today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Yes.
So I did some prep work off camera. Because last time you were mapping out, that was like 2 weeks ago now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were mapping out the braces. I threw away that paper. But I made, you want to show them the internal clamping coil that I made? It's like, yeah, actually, I'm going to activate this camera so you can show it here. See,
okay.
Like that. So now they see it here. So that's the internal clamping coil.
This will be the direction it's going to be placed in.
Right, it's going to go under the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And we mapped out the braces. You did.
Mm-hmm.
I was just, you know, kind of doing not much. What kind of adhesive we're going to be using, Doctor, today?
Epoxy.
Epoxy. 30-minute epoxy, right? I think. Is that what it says?
Yes, slow curing.
Long, yeah. Why is that?
It's so we can have the opportunity to readjust if needed.
Longer open time to work. You know, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I hate that feeling, you know, when you feel like you're going to sneeze, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it'll happen later. Maybe I'll sneeze on the guitar. Okay, so what's the first order of business, Doctor?
Our first step will be, before we get any epoxy out, is to start scoring both the body and the bridge so that it could glue properly.
Right, so that we score the surface, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good. And then we'll tape it off, and then we'll do the clamping. And what are we going to use for the clamping? What I use, because, you know, we can do it in a number of different ways. How are we going to clamp it?
So we're going to put these internal coil in here, and then we're going to have another clamp that goes on the bridge 3, and then our C sound hole clamps go on top of that.
And what's going to be holding this? Double-sided tape, or?
We're going to have a magnet and like a jack kind of in here.
Oh, the scissor jack.
Yeah.
I see. So the scissor jack is going to be holding this so it doesn't fall.
Yeah.
And
but the magnet is going to
hold the scissor jack.
Place.
Yeah. The scissor jack's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have, this is a two magnetic surfaces. So this is the magnets are going to be helpful to align the scissor jack, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And do you want to do like an endoscopy as well, so that we can look inside while we're?
Yes.
Yeah. Why not? Well, we're going
to
put
a camera inside.
Camera inside. Okay. So let's start with the scoring. What you're going to use for the to score the surface?
So we can use this serrated blade right here, and also
this you're borrowing from me, and you want to use also
the X-Acto knife.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So let me show. Well, you want to start with this or with this? With the bridge or with the soundboard?
I'm going to start with the bridge.
With the bridge. Okay. So let's see. Just going to put it in focus. Okay. So that's that. I might even help a little bit. You want the gloves for that?
Are we good for now?
Yeah. I'm good without, but I definitely want to use the gloves for the epoxy job. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, let's see. And this is a little tool that I made, actually. So while you do that, let me explain. I made that tool from dispenser, Scotch tape dispenser, Scotch, right? So this thing I removed, and then I made this little tool. Do you want to show them how it's bent? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like that, yeah. So it's a kind of like a multi-tool.
And I'm just working away from the edge.
And Dr. Williams is just borrowing the tool
Yes.
for
this process.
science. Now this is going to take a minute. I'll show you what she sees through the microscope.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, doctor, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
How about if I place a something like a cloth or something on the guitar?
So it's not slipping.
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
You got it. Where do I have the? Oh, here it is. Okay. Like that. All right, cool. So this is not going to take too long, right? I mean, we're just, it's not an exact science that it needs to be. It's just that the epoxy is more like a surface adhesive. It doesn't really, it doesn't really get soaked into the wood grain.
Yes.
So it's a good idea to do this. Although it's a very strong adhesive.
This is
And
just
you've
a grip.
worked with epoxy before, right? Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to switch the camera so they see what you're doing.
Yes, I'm just scoring in different directions.
Yeah.
Making
So,
sure I don't hit the
random
edge.
directions, right?
Yes. And making sure I'm careful with the edges.
What do you mean careful with the exit?
So I don't mess up the finish. So I'm lining
the
it up
edge.
and then
Oh, yeah,
pulling
yeah. That's
towards
very-
myself.
You know, I'm glad you point this out. So, if you do this technique, you got to be careful not to mess up the edge of the bridge. Now, this bridge has a finish on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the old bridge that we removed. It was already removed, right?
It was already
Right,
removed
right.
from the bottom.
But you don't want to have a jaggedy edge around the bridge, right? So what you're going to do close to the edge then?
I'm going to get as close as I can and then drag towards myself.
Let me show a close up of that.
Okay, let me just reposition my fingers so you can see the blade.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll go in a slightly different direction.
So you start from there, so you're not going towards the edge, you're
I'm going
coming
towards
from the edge
myself to
towards
the
the middle,
center.
towards the center, yeah.
Yes.
And this is a fairly quick process, right? It's not like when we were cleaning the bridge, that took forever.
Yes. You can see the little marks start to form.
So you are now watching part 3 of this series. We have a new viewer, I just noticed.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, 2 people watching. Well, that's not much of an audience, but Dr. Williams is a guitar pathologist. She's used to this kind of work.
Okay, good.
This is going well.
Mm-hmm. Turn it.
Now this guitar Cadaver was donated to science, and it was a great opportunity to bring it here and do this kind of work to it. But it will be resurrected at the end of the project.
Make sure
Can I
get the
help,
middle.
Doctor?
Yes. Of course. I'm just making sure I get the middle and
Yeah.
the edges.
I could also help with the X-Acto blade, like closer to the edge, if you want.
Yes.
And you can do the soundboard then. Yeah, this is all done, right? All of it, right? More or less. Okay, cool.
Okay.
It looks good. Looks good to me. All right, so now Dr. Williams will be working on the soundboard, and I will just use the X-Acto blade to just touch up close to the edge, right? Because it's a precision tool, right? It's not like the little saw blade.
Let's see which side I want to use.
And I'm just scratching here. Now we don't have an extra camera here for me to show you what I'm doing, but I'm just going a little closer to the edge with an X-Acto blade, that's all. And especially at the back of the bridge, which is where we tend to get a bridge lift when we don't have a good glue joint. So we got to pay attention to that, at the back of the bridge. Also, Dr. Williams forgot to mention that
Yes.
you already put tape here, right?
Yeah.
So that
To
we
keep
don't get
the
epoxy
epoxy out.
out of the holes, out of the string holes, exactly, yeah. So we'll be doing a full glue up job today of the bridge. You will get to see with an endoscope on the inside of the guitar how we position the internal clamping coil with the scissor jack, and on the outside we'll be using magnets to position the scissor jack in the right place. So what's coming up is going to be interesting visually, and it's educational content for you guys. The epoxy we'll be using is pretty strong, so it will even work without scoring the surface. But it's just for extra measure.
Yep. Better safe than regluing.
Mm-hmm. And Doctor, you're also a bass player, right?
Yes.
Any other instruments you play?
I started off with the ukulele, actually.
Uh-huh.
And the piano.
The piano. Mm.
And that's it. I dabble in other instruments, but they're more just for fun, like the drums.
One thing we forgot to mention is we are also going to be taping off the surrounding area
Yeah.
around the, and we did
Interesting.
mention this in the previous live stream, but one reason why we're using epoxy is because we have a lot of missing wood fibers. So we can't use conventional tight bond glue because it would not
Fill the
be a
gaps.
strong glue joint, because tight bond is not a good gap filler, right? So we have no choice. This is how the guitar came to us, and we just do what we can to save it. You know, I can really feel this is a rough top, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I touch it, it was smooth before. Maybe we should have done some of it off camera, not that I'm... Because the interesting part is going to be the actual glue up. But all right, it's coming along, right?
Yep. It's actually really interesting scoring the parts where it's missing, because it feels
Here's a
totally
view.
different. Where parts of the wood has come up.
Yeah. So this is a laminate top. That's why we see two layers. It
Switch
ripped
this
the
way.
top layer over here. If I remember correctly, when you brought this guitar in, somebody had already done some work to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's also why we're kind of stuck with this epoxy kind of repair. It was an unqualified person, right? I guess. Must have been, right? It didn't look like professional work to me.
Not at all.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Let's brush it off. I have a brush here.
Yep.
Careful. Okay. So that looks all right. So were you able to get all the way to the edge, or?
Not really, because
But I think, you know, those are just exposed wood fibers. I think it's going to work fine. Yeah. Because we removed all the glue already. Just want to make sure there's no more dried up glue from the previous glue job. Especially at the back side of the bridge. This looks like it could be glue. I'm not sure. This little blob here. We definitely don't want to have dried up glue there.
Yep.
Okay. I think we're good. So now we can start prepping for the glue up job. Yeah, let me put this here. Okay, doctor. So, we don't need the microscope anymore. Okay, so should we tape it off first? What do you think?
Yes, tape it off first before we start doing any clamps.
Right, right. Let's see which tape. How about we use, so purple tape is delicate surface, I'm sorry, non-stick, or what do they call it? Delicate surface painter's tape.
Yeah, painter's tape.
And then I have this yellow tape. I think it's called frog tape. I think they sell it at the Home Depot or something. So this one we can put behind the bridge. But it kind of helps if you either I hold the guitar and you do it, or you hold the guitar. You're already there. So why don't you hold the guitar?
Okay.
Yeah, you hold the guitar so it doesn't move as I'm doing this. This is an easy little thing. Now we just put tape. Just so that we don't spread the epoxy all over the guitar. And so the clamps are going to come from here. Doctor, what do you think we should do? Which tape should we use here now? Because of the cleanup.
Yeah. Most likely the purple tape. This one right here.
Yeah, the narrow, because we're also going to put a plate here. So I think this width here is going to work fine, right?
Gap.
So that's the 1 inch. But why don't we put this one on closer to the sound hole first?
Okay.
Because we are going to be peeling off this tape first. It's going to be closer to the bridge. And that's going to be the 1 inch tape. Just like that. All right. Put little tabs. And we can put the yellow tape here and there. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like that.
One last piece.
Now, Doctor, you already did a few dry runs, you told me, right?
Yes.
On this? Okay. Using the actual calls?
Yes.
Everything. Okay. While I wasn't watching. Okay. Okay. So.
Do you want to start with the internal camera first?
Internal camera. I think that's, yeah. So in that case, hold on. If the internal camera is coming from here, let's see. So this is the endoscope. It's going to go inside here. I think we should place this camera here then.
Yes.
Because we want to show this image that we see. Oh, and I have a light here as well. All right. We're about to do an endoscopy on this guitar. Oh, and that's my, so I won't be able to use this as a switcher, which means I need to get the switcher ready here. Okay, no problem. We're going to light up the inside. And this way you'll get to see what's really happening inside of the guitar during a glue-up job. Like that. Something's not right. Something's not right with my phone. Hold on. I'm serious.
Oh,
What? Did something get stuck inside? Yeah, look at that. Oh man, from my charging cable. I was just charging my phone and this thing came off.
do we have any small tweezers?
Right. So sorry, friends. I need to fix my phone. I mean, this is serious now.
Do you need me to hold?
Actually, it's gonna stand like this.
Okay.
Okay. So we really need to do this. Otherwise, I can't use my phone. So you can see something is stuck inside. And I need to pull this out. I have no idea how I'm going to do this.
If you don't have tweezers, you can maybe try pushing it over with the X-Acto knife and pulling it up.
No, it's a little deeper than that.
Ah,
Oh man, what are we going to do? So sorry about that. This is a real life situation developing as we speak. So you said maybe X-Acto knife?
yes. To just delodge it.
Yeah.
Because once it's unstuck, you can probably shake it out.
Right, and I do have tweezers.
Yeah, X-Acto knife to push it, tweezers to pull it out.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is an interruption in programming because of a technical difficulty. Man, I can't believe it. So let me show you what happened. So I guess lesson learned: don't use cheap cables. Okay, and we have that light inside. Now I actually need it here to pull this cable out. So doctor, you want to help me here? I need to identify this cable. So if you go up and down like this, I will see which one is moving, that's all.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. You can let
Okay.
go. Okay, you can pull it out now. Okay, friends, let me show you what just happened. I was just charging my phone. I was just charging my phone, and this thing came off and is now stuck inside. The tip of this thing is stuck inside. So that's what's missing. And now I need to pull it out of there. And that's going to be a challenge, obviously. Oh, here it comes. Look at that.
Free at last, free at last. Oh, there it goes.
There you go. Okay, so I have it right here. Look at that. Okay, so we have this, and that came off. This just kind of came off of this, what is it called, lightning, like that. amazing. So this could have been a $300 repair, right? Through the Apple Genius Bar service.
Done for $4.99 here.
I feel better. All right. Okay, so good idea, doctor. So X-Acto blade and tweezers. Now, back to work. All right, so
Take this out.
let me set this
Go
up
over
for you
here.
guys. Here we have this light. That was a nice, quick little impromptu repair.
It seems guitars aren't the only thing that gets fixed here.
Yeah, so. Here. Okay, so we'll use this as our screen. My phone, right? And here I can pick a camera. There are two cameras. Two cameras. It's a dual camera endoscope. And here I'm going to zoom in on the image.
Now we can see why we needed
Yeah,
this
but
specific bridge.
exactly. So I think that's good. Is that good? Almost. We need to twist it a little bit. Okay. It looks okay to me. Let's show them. So here we can see the inside. I can point using this. So this is the bridge plate here. And that's a ladder brace on the back of the guitar. Okay? Yeah, and doctor, you said you would be doing what now? You would be... What's the next?
I will be using this jack in the inside
Oh, yeah, the scissor jack, yeah.
to clamp the inside.
To clamp the coil on the inside. Okay, cool. And you said you needed a magnet. I have one right
Yep.
here. That's it? Do you need anything else? Because now you're driving.
Yeah. I think we're good because we have our second magnet
You have the second magnet here?
on standby.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be watching. And you're watching.
Okay. Let me be mindful of our camera as well.
So what exactly are you doing with the magnet now?
I'm positioning it,
Uh-huh.
but I seem to have taken this off, so let me put this knob.
Oh, yeah, and we want to see on the inside.
Our adjuster came off.
Oh, this thing came off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm putting it back on. Oop. Do, 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 do. Almost got it. Oh, it doesn't seem to like me. Hold on.
So this is one thing with these scissor jacks. These knobs, they
I
tend to
got
just...
it.
You got it?
Yes. Now
Okay.
I can turn it to meet our magnet at the top.
Uh-huh.
I'm raising it now. Oh.
And now it's attached to the magnet?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring it to
But
meet the bottom.
now you're bringing it down. Yeah, I see. Okay. And
There
it
we
was
go.
not possible to go any further because it's hitting this brace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand. Okay. So now, what's next?
Now, should we place our second magnet? Or,
Oh, on the bottom? Yeah.
Yes. So
What's that for?
we can get the magnet back off
Oh, okay.
more smoothly.
So you want to hold the card and put the magnet there?
Yes.
Okay. So all we're doing is we're putting a magnet Here. Okay.
Great.
So now the magnet on the bottom is holding the scissor jack in place.
So
And now you're doing what?
now I can lower this one so we can have enough space to put in our clamping coal, our internal clamping coal.
Uh-huh.
So lower this.
Just like that.
And now
And
I'm gonna.
and you can remove
Yes.
this magnet. Okay, so now we no longer need this magnet.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And now?
Now I just gotta make sure I put this in with these tips facing down, or else it won't go in properly.
Right. So one thing that I think you were saying, right, is which it's got to face where?
This down because it's the proper position
Right,
for
right.
the
Because
inside.
the fan bracing is going this way. Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
Also got to be careful of the sound hole and our
Not to damage
jack.
the sound hole. Yeah.
So I'm gonna rest it now. Move my hand again, and I should have enough space to put this in. Okay, I've turned. Now forward. Okay, a nice fit.
That looks good. Let me show that angle. Yeah.
I'm holding this. Now, should I turn?
Oh, now you can just rest it on the scissor jack, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to balance it so it doesn't fall.
Yeah. And should I help you with this, or because you need an extra hand, right?
Yes. So I'm gonna take this one off.
Right. Okay. So I'll be turning this while you maneuver the. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put this on. And now let me lift back up our
Okay.
bridge to make sure it fits.
It's in place? Okay.
Perfect.
And now I'm turning this so that, so I'm the one turning this while Dr. Williams is holding the
Our internal
plate,
clamping
right?
hole.
The internal call. Okay. Now it's pretty tight.
I can let
Okay.
go now.
Yeah. And, all right. So I'm looking here. This looks good. What do you think, doctor?
It looks good.
It looks good, right? Can I? Oh, actually, can I remove this or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I want to also. Yeah, I think this is solid, right? So, what's our next thing?
Our next step would be our tiles.
The indexing tiles, yeah, I didn't cut them up yet. So I guess I need to cut them up. And I guess we no longer need the endoscope, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing more to be seen on the inside. So I can unplug it so that I can use my phone to switch the cameras. And if you don't mind, doctor, I'll put this here so that I can show how I cut up the tiles.
Would you like me to retrieve the camera and the light?
It's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah. It's your show, doctor.
I just want to be respectful of the space that I'm currently
Yeah,
using.
let me put it over there, yeah. Yeah, so I'll cut up the indexing tiles and then you will do the clamping, or am I doing the clamping, or?
I'll do the clamping.
Okay, cool. All right, so we put the bridge like this or like this?
Like this.
I'm just checking. Oh, I was gonna show a close-up of this. So the actual glue up is going to go fairly quickly at the end, right? Because we are going to have limited open time, right, with the epoxy.
Yes.
So it says 30-minute epoxy, but what's your recommendation? To wrap it up within how many minutes?
Like around like 15, 20, something quicker than
Yeah,
that.
that sounds about reasonable, yeah. Okay, so here we have 2 of them. So it doesn't really snap into place because of the way that was ripped and already worked on. I'm just going to use my best judgment for the positioning. Like that. Do you want to hold it while I cut up more of the tiles? I'm going to put one here. One here. And 2 more, I think we'll be done, right? It's quite a complex multi-step procedure. Let me put the first one, I'll put it here. And over here. So now, should we test it? Yeah, why not? Let's see. Yeah. We can just drop it in. Always goes in the same place. Look. Now you do it. Yeah. So we'll put the epoxy, and then we'll drop it into place. And we need, yeah, so what do we need next?
Next, we would need our external clamping holes, which we have our larger one here, and then these 2 with first placing this on it.
Right. Okay.
And then these, but also with our C clamps for the sound hole.
Right. Okay, cool. So that's that. So now I guess we can start mixing the epoxy. Let me see. I have an old envelope here from bubble. What do you call it? Bubble wrap envelope?
Yes, the inside is bubble wrapped. It's
yeah.
like poly, like
yeah.
the poly mailer.
And doctor, if you don't mind, I think it's this drawer that's already open. If you look at the back, we have the, yeah, whatever you call it, this.
A spatula.
So for the mixing, okay, so this is now, I need to keep my head straight.
Some gloves.
This, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna need gloves for that. Let me think. Oh, and I also want to wrap my phone, put it inside of a Ziploc bag, just so that we don't mess up my phone. And I don't have one ready. See, I can never think of everything.
Would you possibly want?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, cool. Because we're gonna be epoxy gets really messy, so I don't want to get epoxy on my phone. So just gonna bag my phone like this. That's fine. All right. So that's my phone. Yeah. Where do we have paper towels?
Oh, behind the chair.
Oh, okay. Paper towels. Okay, let's put the gloves on.
Okay, here you go. Doctor.
Ladies first.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And I have to confess something. I love mixing epoxy. You mind if I do it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like a little kid, okay, sometimes. So I'll be mixing it. All right. Whew. So once we're gonna leave it overnight, maybe a couple of days,
Yes.
whatever. We don't need to touch it for a couple of days, and then next time we can do the fret work, right, or whatever it takes. All right, the epoxy is here. So this is the epoxy we're using. 30-minute epoxy, all right? That's important. Do not use the 5-minute epoxy. It's not gonna work out. We only have 4 people watching. This is a small channel. So you're watching Guitar Quackery Live, the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel with Dr. Williams.
Welcome.
A guitar, what, pathologist you said?
Yes.
Yeah, pathologist. And I'm the guitar commissioner, so. All right, here we go. Time to do some mixing. Is this in autofocus? It is. Okay, so we need to mix it in equal amounts. And fortunately, it is kind of warm, so it's not too viscous. We want to always mix a little bit more than we need, right, doctor? And we need to end up with the same amount left over. So we don't want to start mixing it until we confirm that. Now I'm just eyeballing it, but we might need to compensate a little bit. So this is why we wait. See, I'm gonna need to buy more epoxy because I do have another job, and this is cutting it real close to, yeah, so there's still some epoxy here. So we need to wait
For it to settle.
just a little longer, yeah, until it settles. And same thing here on this one.
Try lightly tapping the bottom of
Yeah.
it so it falls.
But ultimately, it just needs to settle. And once we confirm that we have the same amount left over, it looks the same. Look at that. See the lines?
Yes. And we got nice measurement
I
lines.
am
at
going
the
to
side.
just put the camera down so you have a better view of this.
I'd say that's the same.
Yeah. Same, right? I just saw a drop.
Yeah. I saw-
Yeah. Yeah. I
we
think
gotta-
we're within tolerance. looks like there's a little more here.
Yeah, and we're gonna get another
A
drop
small amount.
to come.
We could add a drop. Yeah, so let me do that. Just add a little drop. And I think we can start mixing. I think we should be good. All right, so technically it's already mixing. So friends, once we put the epoxy on the soundboard and or on the bridge, we reach the point of
No return.
no return, right? So now this is what separates professionals from right. Let me just confirm this. We good. All right. So let's put it away. Do you think this is the right amount? Yeah. Used sparingly, I think it'll work out. And I need to order more epoxy. I barely have enough. I mean, yeah, I have enough for another bridge because I have another epoxy bridge that I am working on, and it's also on a playlist. It's the Epiphone Chet Atkins guitar. I was streaming part of the playlist today. What happened?
This wood plank fell.
Oh, sorry. We have something here in the way. Okay, doctor. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
Where are your clamps? Your sound hole clamps.
Ooh, that's a great question.
Well, we gotta have everything ready.
They're right here.
Oh, okay. So we have the clamps here. Okay, no phone calls. We have this here. I'm gonna start mixing.
Yeah.
So this needs to be mixed really well, okay? Or it will not work. But we can't keep mixing it forever because now it's already doing its thing. So it's already starting to cure as soon as you start mixing it. So we're going to start buttering it up soon. Where do we have extra gloves, doctor?
Right here.
Right there? Okay, cool. Because I might need to switch gloves because I'm also handling cameras. Okay, should we do it?
Yeah. Two gloves.
You
will
got,
stand by.
yeah, let me have those two gloves right here. Okay, so you got your first clamp ready, I guess. Do you mind if I butter it up or you get the clamp?
Yes, you can butter it up. I'm grabbing the clamps now.
Okay.
So you can
So
have it right here.
here, the point of no return. I'm doing it above the soundboard so that if anything,
Does fall. It's,
yeah, exactly.
We can use it still.
it goes right in where we need it. This is really a two-person's job, right? I mean, I often do it on my own, but honestly, Doctor, do we have our toxic chemical ready?
Yep.
We do, okay. We're gonna need some for cleanup.
And our Q-tips are also on
Yeah,
standby.
yeah, yeah. And we got your Q-tips, right, and everything. Oops, you see? I got some on the soundboard. And you say you're doing the clamping?
Yes.
Okay. If you say so. Can I drop it in?
Yep. We already got our internal clamp.
Yeah. And let me have some of this, yes, please.
Paper
Yeah.
towel.
And where's the toxic chemical, you say?
Right here.
Okay. I'm just going to be throwing these things on the floor for now. Let me see. This is not for kids, but we're not kids, so we know what we're doing. Like I said, epoxy gets messy. Okay, doctor, your turn.
Okay.
Do you mind if I just clean up just a little bit of this? So, you know what? Before we put the clamps, I think we can take some of this off, the bulk of it. Where's the trash can? Or like this. Do you mind holding it like this? And yeah. Oops. It wants to slip. I don't know if any of our tiles moved. Well, if they did, we need to adjust. This one wants to move, right?
So that shimmy.
We got it. Okay. Now, if you want to start clamping, you can
Okay.
go ahead.
First thing I'm gonna start is making sure we have our external clamps so we don't crush our hard work.
Calls, yeah. Where'd you put a clamp here? Okay.
Right here at the side.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm gonna start with our first two. Okay. Not too much, so we can
All
make
right.
sure to adjust for the other clamps.
Is it slipping or is it holding up?
I think it's holding up.
Okay. Do you need help? in any
just
way?
just to
Just on this
readjust.
side? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we're doing this together because we need to move through this fairly quickly.
Okay. We need our 2 coals for the sides.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw a little more epoxy here than we want, right? Let me see. So this is already now, these 2 clamps are already clamping it down, right? So we're already getting some squeeze out. And just need to keep moving.
That's why I was grabbing our
Yeah.
other 2. Okay.
See, this is why we need that half-hour epoxy. And we want to keep it under 20 minutes, I guess, right? That's what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You can clean the other side while I clamp this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, of course, yeah. It's still
I feel like
pretty
this one's loose.
soft, the epoxy, so yeah. All right, let me just do this. Do you think anything shifted? I think it looks good, right?
Piece of tissue.
What was that?
Piece of the paper tissue.
Oh, tissue, okay. Okay.
Okay. Last clamp. Go in watching our sound hole.
One thing with epoxy is because it's a good gap filling adhesive, you don't need excessive clamping pressure. Right. But still, we just want to get as much out as possible. So,
It's this one. Yeah, I knew it kept shaking.
yeah. So now we're just adjusting the clamping pressure here. As the glue is oozing out.
Now we can switch sides, possibly.
You want to switch sides?
Yes,
Okay.
and I'll give you this,
You give me this?
and we can put the paper towel somewhere in between us, or pass.
Sure.
I'll
Why
take.
not? Oh, you want me to
Q-tips.
clean one side and you clean the other?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Q-tips.
So in that case, let me get my phone so I can switch cameras here.
Okay.
All right. So I'll be working on this side, is what
Okay.
you're saying? Okay.
I want to be
cool.
mindful of the camera. I can.
You good? Is this in your way?
No, I just want to make sure I'm not obstructing the view.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So I guess the epoxy is going to start stiffening up soon. I'm not feeling it just yet. And you good on gloves? Are you getting messy there, or
I'm good.
you're good? Okay. What happened here? I just heard something snap. Did you hear that?
Yes. Loud and clear. Let's get right here. Okay. Extra.
Are you able to get all the squeeze out, or?
I think so. Yes. This side's looking nice.
I'm going to start removing the tiles. Do you mind? Yeah. In fact,
Okay.
like that. Okay. So here we're cleaning up. And yeah. I'm gonna remove the internal one.
Okay.
And here. Okay, I got it. You got it?
Yep.
Okay. So now we'll just clean up whatever little residue we see. Yeah, I'll take that, yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully finish the job.
Okay.
Wow,
Oh.
these keep breaking on me.
Too much pressure.
Yeah,
That's also why we got these clamping coals.
yeah.
Get right over here too. Thank you.
All right. And I guess we can start using our favorite toxic chemical now for the whatever residues left.
Okay.
Over here.
Tissue.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Okay, I'm gonna switch my gloves.
So we don't want to oversaturate this because we don't want the solvent to go into the glue joint.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is looking good. We're gonna just clean up a little bit more off camera, and that's it. And the next thing on this project will be what, the fretwork, or yeah, right? We want to polish those frets, so that's going to be next week, I guess.
Yeah.
It depends on your schedule, I guess. Okay, friends. So we're going to do a little more cleanup off camera, but this is how it is. I still see a little bit of residue. We'll just clean it up, and that's it. So we got to hurry now before. Sorry. Yeah, before it gets too stiff, right? And that's it. I'll probably be streaming some more tonight, another project. So perhaps I'll see you later. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.